Hey, what is going on everyone? And today we are doing another Building to the Future video. This time we're specifying on Leifs, which are an AoE class for physical and magical damage. The remake and the successor of Sword Mages, aka the better version of Sword Mages. And what makes them better than Sword Mages is mostly because of their damage limits and their passives that gives them a lot of damage boosts, far superior to Sword Mages. And they excel in fights where they have multiple monsters being hit, and that's what makes them Leifs, because they are great at just killing a lot of things at the same time. So how do you become a Leif? Well, in Japan there is a quest that you unlock in Rushmere that takes you to the area where you can talk to a Leif. He's by himself, a very lonely guy indeed. As far as I know, there are no requirements to this, so by all means go in there, talk to him, and unlock that class. So how do you go about building a Leif? Well, Leifs are extremely hard to build a good Leif. In Japan, currently, the best build for a Leif would be a Ruin Sword, which is your burst weapon, Goddess Sword, which is your stack and your burst weapon, Athena Carillion, which is your stacks weapon, Athena Susanoo, which is also your stack weapon, and a Berserk, which is your damage limit booster for more and more damage. Now, why this class is specifically hard to build is because it requires two different Athenas, and in this case I listed two different Athenas that you will be using in your build. And not only do you have to get two different ones, you got to get two different ones of the same element, which is really hard to get. Not to mention, Goddess is the tier 3 Osiris, which is really hard to get in this game. Like, it's unbelievably very low drop rates of you actually getting one. So yeah, and not to mention, guys, the most important thing, they don't use Osiris. So if you have an Osiris and you want to build a Leif, I'm sorry, you can't use one. That's just how it works. Medals for Leifs, you can use Eclipse Sword and Sludge. Those are like the sustaining medals that you can bring to a fight. They give HP boost, which is good for tier 3 weapon spammers, because almost every tier 3 weapons in this game drains your max HP, so you want to make sure you have enough sustain for that. Your Athenas will keep your HP at full, so you'll be good to go there. And you can use medals such as Pentagram, Dark Kelpie, Odin for immense damage limit boost, which is insane. These are very good medals to have because they nearly double your damage. As for armors and accessories, armors you want to focus on, as stated all the time, guys, Divine Armor Top, always, because that is your primary defense for any content you do later in the game. For pants, Leif Pants is ideal for damage, but when it comes to harder content, and if you don't have any Leif Pants, don't worry, Super Raid Pants will be just as good. A lot of tanky stats, so you'll be good to go for tanking a lot of good hits. As for hat accessories, Leif Hat is the go-to, damage limit and special class buffs, so why not? As for gloves, Divine Gloves, given. You guys already know the big deal of it, so I don't have to explain anything about that. As for shoes, you want Super Raid Magic Shoes because they give immense elemental to that specific element you're stacking. Otherwise, if you don't have the Super Magic Shoes, Leif Shoes will suffice for the time being. As for stats, for me, I focus primarily on element. You guys, if you play global, you already know why stacking element is really good. It gives you offensive buffs and resistance towards that the weaker element, so by all means stack that element. After that, I go for a little bit more survivability, aim for more defense, a little bit more HP so I don't die as fast. After that, you could just aim for magic attack if you want, but after a certain point, magic attack becomes really irrelevant compared to the other stats. So if you want, go ahead, but focus on those other stats first before you go ahead and do magic. So how do you go about preparing for a Leif? Well, as of right now, there's no real way to prepare for a Leif in global. You could stack Lunatics and purple swords for Leif, but at the end of the day, it's really hard because when Athena comes out, they'll become your main stackers for your Leifs. So you could roll for one, you could get lucky and roll the same Athena as your magic swords, but if you don't, yeah, it's not gonna work out. So my best advice for you guys is just to wait for it to come out and to re-roll. That's the best way to do it. When they come out, it's sometime around chapter 5, 6, around there. So probably by end of the year, so like December, late December, around there is when these will probably come out. So you can stick around and wait for that. There are many ways to play a Leif, but the best way to think about playing a Leif is like playing a Desperado. And I know most of you guys don't know how to play Desperado, so I explain it the best way I can. And that's essentially the way you play most DPS in the class right now. You stack your buffs, you unleash your big AoE burst weapon, and you go back to stacking once again. Pretty straightforward, really easy. But the thing is, most Athena weapons you gotta swap around to get the best rotation. So yeah, very, very cool. For me, I start off by using a Goddess weapon because at 0 EP, it's their best way to fill up your EP bar really, really fast. After that, I go into my Athenas, then Berserk, and then I unleash my weapon. And that's my first rotation. It's usually really weak though. After that, you go ahead and make sure you stack on Athenas and Berserks. You want to make sure you get as much damage limit as possible while maintaining a really, really high amount of stacks for damage. So after my second damage rotation, I should be fine as long as I don't get Extinction Wave. As of right now, Global doesn't have much Extinction Wave content, but when the time comes, watch out for those and be prepared to pay attention to getting your buffs on time and up as much as possible. So my final words are: Leif is a very niche-oriented class, great for farming and great for taking out multiple enemies at the same time. I personally love this class because I play a Valkyrie in Japan, and they are one of the greatest classes to become the base for Leifs because they share the same Athena, which saves you a lot of time in the long run. And as for supports, you can just stack scepters and all the magic wings for magic attack and elements. So that's a great way to start building towards a Leif. So as of right now, you could just do that and just build a healer, then work towards a Leif. But again, Athena is really hard to get, so I advise you guys to be really wary of that. But yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. Thank you all for watching. I'm gonna leave you guys with a clip of me playing as a Leif in the latest Japanese collaboration event, which involves 5 heroes of Etrian Odyssey series, so where a Leif really excels at. So hope you guys enjoy, and thank you all for watching this guide video. See you guys in my next video. Peace.